Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Sav. I've been wanting to make this video for some time now, but I feel like I never really have the words to go about it, so I'm gonna try again, and hopefully this one ends up being the one I post. On this video, I'm going to be discussing how stoicism saved my life and completely changed the trajectory of where my life was going. To give background, in case anyone doesn't know what BPD is.
BPD is a personality disorder characterized by a long-standing pattern of instability in mood, interpersonal relationships, and self-image that is severe enough to cause extreme distress or interfere with social and occupational function. This can manifest in acts of self-injury, unstable relationships, outburst, uncertain self-image, shifting moods, or chronic feelings of emptiness and boredom.
As somebody who very much embraced and found comfort in sadness, it was very easy for me to accept and allow the diagnosis of BPD to become my whole personality, and I very much identified with it. And I became an active participant in my own detriment without even realizing it. So that's some backstory on how it all started, I suppose. 3 years ago, I was introduced very casually to the idea of stoicism by my sister. We were having a conversation about emotions. My sister is very interested in different types of philosophy and psychology. She brought up the idea of stoicism as something I should look into. I was actually very turned off by it, which is funny because it became such a huge part of my life, but the reason I was initially turned off by it was because it was something that I could not see myself ever doing. I saw myself as just always being sad. I found this form of beauty and grace in my sadness, and I thought that I would cease to exist without having that security blanket of pain always wrapped around me. I'll get into more of what stoicism even is, but the act of letting go and becoming okay with situations for what they are was a very foreign concept to me, and so it was something I had to very, very slowly learn about and incorporate, and it took 3 years, essentially, for me to fully embrace the art of stoicism, and I'm so grateful that I did, and I'm so glad that I am on this journey of self-realization and understanding myself as more than just what I always thought I was, because I'm so much more, and you are too. And I hope that in watching this video you are able to see another side of yourself that maybe you don't even know is there, and maybe you too very much relish in your pain and misery. Maybe you struggle with emotional regulation. Maybe you are somebody who also feels incredibly deeply and loves with their whole heart. I am also very much that.
Stoicism is the quiet strength of a steady heart. It's the art of holding peace within, even as the world shifts around you. Rooted in wisdom and virtue, it teaches that where we cannot control life's storms, we can choose how we stand in the rain. It's a soft but powerful reminder that your calm is yours to keep, and your worth is not tied to chaos, but to how gracefully you move through it.
I have seen on the internet that there are so many misconceptions on what stoicism even is. A lot of people believe that it's a matter of being cold and heartless and feeling very little, or to completely block out any sort of emotions, to become a numb robot, essentially. And although I do acknowledge that stoicism is definitely not for everyone, everyone I think should get into at least researching different forms of philosophy and find something that works for them. I have found it to be incredibly useful and important in my journey with borderline personality disorder to recover. This might be surprising, but I genuinely mean this. I have seen so much more growth in myself with stoicism than I ever did in therapy. Medication never worked on me, And obviously, everyone is different. And I still very much think that therapy is awesome, and I have still considered going back to therapy. I think it's really important to be able to have another person that is outside of different situations and doesn't know anybody and doesn't know me really, and I can really let everything out to an outside professional that can help me better understand things. I think that's amazing. And I think that everybody would do well with going to therapy. When it comes to medication, I personally don't like taking medication. I have had a lot of negative side effects, but again, everyone is different, and please do not take this video as me saying that you should stop taking your medication because... Okay, this is editing Sav. I completely forgot what I was talking about once I come back, but please, if you are prescribed medication, continue to take it. My babies needed to go use the restroom, so I had to go let them out, but I'm back. To go back to what I was talking about, I feel like stoicism is an art of letting go. This might sound really terrifying. It terrified me. I hoped that attempting to control these situations, I would spare myself pain and get the outcome that I want, when in reality, people don't like being controlled.
You shouldn't give circumstances the power to rouse anger, for they don't care at all.
A situation does not care about how we feel, our opinions, our wants, what we would prefer to have happen. Situations just happen. Regardless of what preparations we attempt to make and preventative actions we do to try and stop a situation from happening. And to be completely frank, putting your effort into attempting to control situations, it will inevitably be fruitless. It is wasted action that you can use to put back into yourself. Trying to focus on planning it or dreading it, there is a certain level to it. Of course, you know, it's good to be prepared. Everything that is gonna go wrong is going to go wrong. That doesn't sound very comforting, but in a way it is. What I'm hoping to do is give you permission to let go.
Don't let your reflection on the whole sweep of life crush you. Don't kill your mind with all the bad that might still happen. Stay focused on the present situation.
Thinking you have control over these situations and thinking that worrying about it will change it. Horrible things happen all the time, and we live on. When we are so focused on everything that can go wrong, you are actively not being present in your own life. Your mind is completely somewhere else. You are in a totally different universe. You're not even in your own body. Stoicism teaches you to be present. We are not promised a tomorrow. We're not promised any future. What we can control is us in the present moment and how we choose to react to it. How do you react when you're in traffic and you really want to get home, you're exhausted, you had a long day, and another hour on your commute? That sucks. That is a frustrating situation to be in. You're exhausted, you just want to be home. So then how do you react? Get angry, to curse someone out, to swerve through traffic and try to get home quicker. You can choose to react negatively and damper your own mood. And worst case scenario, you end up in a much worse situation because you're putting yourself and everyone's health and wellness in jeopardy. You're unable to have self-control and to be able to manage your own emotions and to deal with it.
Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been.
A stoic approach to a similar situation would be to accept that the situation is happening and it sucks, and okay, it sucks. But I am driving home. It's a beautiful sunny day, or it's raining. You can't control traffic. You can't control how other people are driving. Being stoic, like I said, it doesn't take away emotions. It doesn't take away that I am actively frustrated. I would love to be home right now, but I'm not. So I will enjoy this ride home and be grateful that I have a vehicle to get home. There's so much beauty in the world, and it is being wasted by focusing on every way that things can go wrong. We have to accept when things are going well and when things are going bad, to try to see the good in every situation and try to be present in the situation for what it is.
Of all people, only those are at leisure who make time for philosophy. Only they truly live, not satisfied to merely keep good watch over their own days. They annex every age to their own. All the harvest of the past is added to their store.
I think it is incredibly brave to look in the eyes of the unknown and to choose to be okay. That's actually the whole point. We're not supposed to know if we're even going to wake up tomorrow. And there's a beauty to that. There is a beauty to being able to appreciate every moment that you do have, because the next moment is not for certain. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. I think that it's beautiful to not have expectations of a situation. So if in this very moment you are feeling good, accept it for what it is. I think that living a life where anytime something good is happening, you're just waiting and dreading the next time that it ends, because it's going to end. It will end. But it is so worth it. It's so worth the pain to be able to love so deeply, because you'll always have that with you. That'll always be a part of you and in those that you met along the way. And that's an amazing thing. That's what life is all about. To reiterate, stoicism has taught me how to pause and observe my emotions and a situation for what it is, rather than what I think it is or my own personal opinions on a situation. I'm able to rather look at a situation for what it is and to observe my emotions and think about it. It's so good to be able to look at a situation for what it is, see it more in a bigger picture. It's not all easy. I have to do a lot of self-reflection. I do a lot of journaling. Some things will never go the way I want. And it's not a personal attack either. It is everyone's first time living, and we're all trying our best. At least I'd like to hope so. I'd like to hope that we're all trying our best. It's important to give others grace, but more, I think it's important we give ourselves grace. But anyways, I hope you liked this video, and I hope that you were able to get something out of this. I really love talking about stoicism. If you're interested in watching more of my videos, then you should totally subscribe. And I would love to have more of a conversation in the comments. So if you want to talk about your experience learning about stoicism, or if you're interested, or if you disagree, please let me know. Comments are down below. I'll talk to you later. Bye.